Hello my friends, and welcome to the metal shop. Today we are working on the Mustang. Got both these garage doors plugged in and working. All extension cords, unfortunately, still at this point. No power over here. So I'm going to install a Bluetooth adapter receiver deal in the Mustang today. So real quick, just wanted to show you what I have in here. I'm not sure if we're going to see this. Maybe if I brighten this up. Anyway, that's a Sony stereo. The factory Celine Pioneer graphic equalizer underneath is not hooked up. But the good thing about this Sony is it's from the, I don't know, mid-90s, late 90s, 97, 98, something like that. It's pretty sophisticated. I bought this because I used to run Blaupunkt CD player and receiver, and the receiver, I don't know, I sold it, gave it away, whatever, put it in, I think we might have put it in a forklift or something, don't remember. Anyway, I've been dealing with Crutchfield for years, and I asked them, I have this Blaupunkt CD changer, what can I get that, is compatible with that? And believe it or not, the Blaupunkt stuff is actually made by Sony. So I got this awesome Sony. It actually plays tapes, and I still do play cassette tapes. I can play my iPod through here, through the Harman Kardon drive and play. I have it hooked to the emergency brake here, and really all that is, that's one of those things that you screw to the wall that hooks like a broom handle or something, so that it's not permanent. It just kind of clips on there. And I got some of those heavy duty hair rubber bands to hold that in place. So anyway, you can and there's the digital screen for that, but it hooks, you hook your iPod, old school iPod. Now it's funny, on iPods old school, you hook that up in the glove box and it will play on that. But anyway, the good thing about the Sony receivers, it has tons of inputs. And what I actually did was, I have a subwoofer in the back, and like I said, I used to run a CD changer back there. So in place of the CD changer, what I did was, again, Crutchfield counseled me, you buy stuff from them and you get free support online. It's fantastic. I got this cool aux-in selector, and basically all this is this is just a big junction block, and it uses the same control cable here. I had left them run here from the CD changer. Plugs right into this. I have the inputs from the stereo, the RCA outputs on the stereo come into this, and I have, it switches back and forth the inputs. This one here is for the drive and play for the iPod. So I wanted to run Bluetooth, the capability of running Bluetooth in this old school car. So again, I consulted with Crutchfield, and I picked up a nice JL Audio adapter. Only about 35 bucks. A little disappointed to see that it was made in China, but oh well, I guess everything is. Kind of neat little packaging here. I'm looking for the instructions. There's no instructions, but this back flap is actually Velcroed to the package and has the instructions. They couldn't be any simpler. You have RCA jacks, you got power, you got ground. You hook it up, and when it senses the Bluetooth signal, it turns on, and when there is no Bluetooth signal, it will power down. So one-handedly pull this out of the package, and I've already been in here. And what I did was, I have this awesome little package of different connectors, and they're all heat shrink with like the glue in there. So I have this, kind of the C style clamp for the power, and I did a just a round loop connector here for the ground. So I put those on, did not come with those. And basically, it couldn't be any simpler. What I'm going to do is, since I have run power back here, you can't really see it. Well, maybe this thing will work. Yeah, cool, my little cube light. Whoa. There's a relay for the T-Rex pump right back here. and the wiring for the T-Rex auxiliary fuel pump back here. But I also have I have power right here. I already loosened that up. I have power here for, sorry, let's get that down. I have power here for the subwoofer, and I have a ground, I'll have a ground screw. Previously I'd mounted the subwoofer here on this flat panel. Stupid. I put it in the spare tire well. When I switched to 5 lugs, it was really hard to get a 5 lug spare. You had to get a Cobra R spare, and they were super hard to get and expensive. Now you can get practically any Mustang spare, but anyway, I don't run a spare, I got AAA. But I did cut a hole in the carpet. You can see, flips over nicely. I'll show you when I'm finished. Anyway, couldn't be simpler. I'm going to hook that up, power, ground, and the RCA, and I'm gonna have to, because I'm gonna have to borrow a phone to test it out since I shoot these videos with my phone. So let's get those simple connections hooked up. And hang on, I wanted to check one more thing. Does this Harman Kardon have, this JL Audio have? It does. It's got nice 3M tape on the back of it so you can stick it somewhere. It's got a broadcasting range of like something like 30 feet as well. So I'm gonna get these those simple connections hooked up and we'll give this thing a try. Cool. All right, so really, I mean, I'm not exaggerating. It took me 5 minutes. I mean, I had a ground here. I scratched it up with a regular screwdriver just to make sure I got a good ground right there. I already had power back here. I hooked the RCA inputs into the switching junction box here. I left this loose for now. You can see it's Bluetooth. It's got power. I've tested it with my phone. It does work. I wanted to show you. Guys, check out this nifty, oh, that's really too bright. This nifty Makita kit. I've had this since I was a kid, and I worked in a lumberyard when I was a kid back in the 80s. And they used to sell these, we get screwdrivers. And this one's, I opted for metric for whatever reason. I had a Japanese car at the time. Pretty cool. I'm not sure if I can keep recording and play music at the same time. Let's give it a shot. All right, so I figured out that you absolutely cannot shoot video and play music on your phone at the same time. Duh. I apologize. They're doing construction across the street. It's actually a day later. There's gonna be a bunch of noise. But as you can see, I got this whole thing put back together. Got my son's phone here, so I can use that to play some music to demonstrate that this works. One thing I did have to do here, I'm just going to pull up on this board. There, you can see the blue light, you can see the Bluetooth. I did have to switch the power to a switched power source. If you look at the instructions, it's kind of not really very clear. It just shows a battery, but it shows it wants a switched power source. So the Bluetooth is not smart enough to recognize when there's a signal coming on and turn on, and when there's no signal, it turns off. So it has to be a switched power source. No big deal. Switching, that little spade connector from one lug to the other on the subwoofer took care of that. No big deal. I will say this, it is kind of noisy. I did read that in the reviews, that this Bluetooth connector, it's kind of inexpensive and there's a lot of noise. You don't really hear it when the music is playing, but it is there. So let's give this a try, see if this works here. And hopefully you can hear that. Up to the front. And it's definitely working. So cool. Anyway, I'm not sure if you can hear the hiss or not. It's definitely there. There, hopefully I won't get copyright. List here. Not sure if you can hear that. Anyway, 35 bucks, kind of a novelty just so that I have the option. Part of the issues with this is with a really old receiver that you can see up there, is you can't control the Bluetooth obviously from the receiver. You have to, use your phone to do it. So for me, the drive and play that you see up there on the dash is definitely more the way to go for me, because I can control that safely and easily while I'm driving. So, you know, in closing, for 35 bucks, I think it's worth it. You know, I forget the iPod battery dies, whatever. I can connect via Bluetooth. You know, cool. It's just a, you know, yet another option. So, you know, as always, my friends, I appreciate your support. I appreciate you watching my videos. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you are so inclined, if you're new to the channel. I do apologize for we're diverging off the Jeep just a little bit. Kind of got back into my Mustang. I'm going to do some Mustang projects. Plenty of stuff, more stuff to come with the Jeep too. But, you know, I work on a lot of different stuff here at the metal shop. So anyway, in closing, I do appreciate your support. Give me that thumbs up, the click, the like, the subscribe. Stay tuned for the post notifications. I do try and post up one automotive related content video per week. Something you guys enjoy to watch. All right, my friends, take care. Bye-bye.